Hello and welcome to Second Amendment Sis. I'm Steffanie Rivers and I'm with my co-host Phyllis Petit. How's your week going, Phyllis?
It's going great. It's going really fast, and I'm in love with that fact. It's been a rough week.
It's been rough. Well, I'm glad it's almost over and you making it through.
Yes. I'm glad. I'm glad it went by fast, and I'm glad.
Well, good. Things happen, but we had a good weekend. Maybe sometimes we will, in a future show, we'll talk about our trip to Vegas and what we did. And we had a great time.
Yes, my first trip to Vegas. It was fun. It was fun.
And I'll make sure it won't be your last. We'll go back again.
Yes.
So we you know what? It's so hard for me to hear. I think I need to adjust this and just take it.
I can't hear you at all now. Can't hear you at all now. It's very low. Very low.
Alrighty. So I'll work on it while we get started because we are excited.
You're very low. You're very low. Like your volume is at 2, maybe.
Okay. Is that better?
Just a little.
Oh, you know what? I know. Let me do this. That is going to be much better, isn't it?
No.
I
don't know. What did you do?
Anyway, I had it all the little connections and everything. It's always something, but at any rate, I will do my best to make the difference.
You're gonna have to speak up really loud, because like I can't hear you.
One of the things that we always try to do is to have people on in our community, in the African American community, who are teachers in the 2A community, who are have a business and they are helping people to in our who look like us to have more training or have opportunity to get trained and developed and to know more about their Second Amendment rights. And so we are excited to have a guest on today who is out of Maryland and has he owns a gun range in Hagerstown, Maryland. So we are excited to have on Dudley. And Dudley,
can you see me? Oh, here you go. Nope, I got it. All right, there we go.
There you are.
There we are. There I go. All right, now you can see me. Ladies, how you doing? Pleasure to be
here.
We're
good. How are you today?
We're having some technical difficulties today, I see.
Just a little bit. Steffanie, you're going to have to say it with your chest because we really can't hear you.
Right. Wow. I can hear you pretty good, actually.
I can't. I don't know what happened.
So
now, let me turn up my volume. You're on 74 now for me.
Okay.
That's better.
I'll try not to blow out the speakers.
Not a chance.
But welcome to the show, Dudley.
Thank you.
Now, when I just asked you, before we got started, is there a last name or a first name? You said no. Everybody knows Dudley. So
everybody knows Dudley. So Dudley is actually my last name, but that's what everybody calls me. So that's what I go by. So Just you can just call me Dudley.
Well, Dudley, so tell us about yourself. We know based on your website, you have history. You were in the uh, Marines, and in fact, you were part of the U.S. Marine uh, Presidential
Presidential
Guard.
Guard. Yes,
Does
ma'am.
that mean you actually s-
So
defended,
so
or you were
so
on the?
you so it's not like the Secret Service guarding the president, but you are around the president. Marine Presidential Guards are more ceremonial. We spend a lot of time um, either at the Camp David, at the White House, or at Waka. So that's where we're stationed at, and we're there guarding those facilities, and the president is in close proximity. So it's pretty big deal. So very excited to be able to do that.
Great. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So is that
Great.
how you? Is that your introduction into the 2A community, into weaponry, is through your job, or how did you become a part of the 2A community?
Well, yeah. So a lot of that is just that the Marine Corps. You know, the only real experience I had with firearms before I went to Marine Corps was like shooting a BB gun in my backyard or out. We used to live in Alaska. I grew up in a military environment. My dad was in the Air Force, so we traveled all around. So we lived in Alaska for a while. And a buddy of mine would take BB guns and we would like go hunting squirrels. So now, mind you, those squirrels were very safe. They were probably the safest squirrels on the planet, but we couldn't hit anything. But when I got to the Marine Corps, I really was introduced and sort of fell in love with firearms in general, and it really kind of changed my life.
So did you well, you said you grew up in Alaska. So how is it, how did you come by the way of owning a gun range in Maryland? Was it a family business, or
No,
because
so no, actually, that's interesting, Stephanie. So originally, so I live in Washington D.C. So right now, I'm in my house in Washington D.C. And my initial plan was to open a range in Washington D.C. So there are no ranges of any kind or stores in Washington D.C. So it's one of those things that I'm very passionate about, and so I wanted to open it here. So once COVID hit, it kind of messed everything up, and we were not able to kind of move forward with the whole thing. So what I ended up doing was I had a buddy of mine who did an assessment on the range where I'm at in Hagerstown, and he called me up and he's like, "Hey, like this is something I know it's a little bit far outside of DC. It's about an hour from my house, but it was a pre-existing location. It was empty, but there was a range there. So, and the range is the big part of the whole thing is getting all that stuff done as far as the getting all the permits and getting it built and doing all that stuff is a really big cost and takes a long time. So that was already done. So I decided to kind of move forward and open it there instead. Well, it was and it's been a great. The people of Hagertown have been great. They've been really welcoming. So it's been a great experience.
That's awesome. So this was a pre-existing location that
Yes,
that was
ma'am.
previously arranged there. Well, that was an awesome opportunity.
It was.
So yeah, so that cut down. So in essence, from the time you started the process until the time you opened, how much time did that take you?
So it took me probably about. So I took over in November of 2020, and then we opened February 15th, President's Day weekend of February of 2021. So
Oh, awesome.
Um, yeah, so it was. I mean, like I said, so the space was pre-existing. It had been open before, but it wasn't. It had been closed since June of 2019. So from June of 2019 to February of 2021, when we opened back up, it was pretty much closed. So I had to get in there and clean up everything, make sure everything was good, and buy the furniture and all the accessories, all that kind of stuff, and get all of my licensing permits and that sort of stuff to be able to sell firearms and all that stuff as well. So I was already a certified trainer. I've been doing training in DC. I've been doing training for a while. But
Mhm.
to be able to sell firearms and sell them in the state of Maryland is a process that you have to kind of undertake and get your permits and all that stuff to be able to do it.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, we had Galen Muhammad on. He's president of the Onyx Gun Club in Maryland, and he was the person who said, "Hey, I met a person who owns a gun range in Maryland, and so I'm going to bring in Galen Muhammad because I want you to tell me how you and he to explain." How you guys came to know each other and to
Okay.
be affiliated with each other. Hey, Galen, how are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
Great, thanks. So when we had you on as our guest before, um, the focus was that how hard it was to really get gun laws changed, or you were trying to work with state lawmakers. And how did you come about um, the knowledge of Dudley and his gun range, and how has that his process, is that because he was going through the process of owning a gun range? How did you guys get to know each other?
Well, that's actually a two-part question for me. Initially, again, we were working with the senators as they were um, in committee discussing Senate Bill 327, which is basically the Maryland Shall Issue bill. And even though that's not an active bill right now because certain party did not let it go to a vote, but they're going to work on that next year. So we hopefully will be involved in that fight. Um, but what happened was how Dudley and I actually met, and we still haven't met face to face yet. But we were introduced telephonically um, when he went to Shot Show. Met Kia Glenn, who's on our marketing team or our media team for NAGA, and she introduced us.
Oh wow, okay. So you guys have not actually met, so we're
No.
okay. Well, at least we are a part of the process of getting you guys together. Um, so um, Dudley, are you marketing the gun range to certain people? One of the things that we noticed was wasn't that many black people on the website. And so, I mean, I know a business, you want people to just come to use the gun range. But so do you have a marketing strategy, or because you're so new at it, you really hadn't thought that much about um who, like your target market?
No, so so we are first and foremost, we're a small business, and we want to, you know, help everybody. So, we are a location that has firearms education training. We have a range, and we also have a retail location, and we're located in Hagerstown, Maryland. But our big thing is to make sure that everyone feels comfortable and is able to come into the range and have a good time. So, one of the things that that was really passionate, that I'm really passionate about, is making sure that all people, especially people of color, and people understand that when you come to a gun range, that we're all treated equally, right? So I've only owned a gun range for about 18 months, but I've been shooting firearms for a very long time, and there's always been a sort of a stigma, or sort of not even a stigma, but just a kind of a feeling when you walk into a place and you look a certain way that you're not welcome, right? So one of the
Mhm.
things that we're very passionate about in my place is that everybody is welcome and everybody's able to come in there, get the kind of training, no matter if you're brand new to firearms or if you've been doing firearms for a long time. We have people there that can help you, want to help you, and make sure you have a good experience.
So Galen, is this going um uh, i- is this gun range going to become your gun club's place of choice, or I mean, have you guys discussed that at all?
So
Kind of far
to
for him.
yeah, well, to reiterate again, I know it was a couple of months ago, or a couple of months, a little more than a month ago, we talked. But remember, I'm the state director, so um, we will have, and I've spoken to Dudley about this before. We will have a couple of chapters near him. So it'll probably more than likely will be their home range because um, Hagerstown's about 2 hours away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, between an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
So you
hike.
have to make it a whole field trip, right?
That is a road trip, no doubt.
Yeah.
But again, our plan is within the near future to go up there and we will be there shortly. And in fact, we're making arrangements right now.
Oh, great.
So I want to bring up your website just to so are there any upcoming events that you have um, at at the range or your hours of operation? Is there anything like if someone wants to use your facility for a competition, let's say, because a lot of times um, people go to a range and just for practice and for their own personal use, but other times they want to have an event there. Do you have any events planned, or if someone in your area, especially with the upcoming clubs that are going to be open near your range, is that a possibility that they could use that for training or for a competition?
Well, yeah. So right now we offer, a wide variety of items. So actually, so it's funny you said that. So we actually we're doing our first yoga class this Saturday. So it'll be this Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m. We're gonna be there. So and yoga is one of those things that I'm very passionate about. It's very good to help with your strength and your core and help with your relaxation, stress relief, that sort of thing. So this Saturday, I think what's the Saturday, 14th? I think it is.
Yes.
It's gonna be our very first Maryland Arsenal yoga session from 9 to 10 a.m. But people can come and use the facility. They can rent the facility. We have a huge training facility. Overall, we're 11,000 square feet. So we not only have, like I said, we have a big space. And so, wait, so my website needs a little bit of work. So please
Oh, it looks
be
nice.
it's,
No,
yeah,
it
it's a work in
looks
progress for
nice,
sure.
Dudley. It
So
looks good. That's why
it's
I
not
wanted
one of
to
those things that no, I appreciate that. We just, it's not hasn't been our main focus. I need to spend some time and do that. So, I'm not sure if Galen wants to talk about some of the stuff that we talked about. Let me say one other thing. So we have May is Mental Health Month. So on the 21st, we're doing a mental health symposium as well. When you get out here, I'll send you guys a flyer for that as well at Maryland Arsenal. So one of the big things that we're very passionate about is making sure that we are looking after people's mental health, our own mental health. It's a very important thing, especially when you talk about people that have access to firearms or using firearms. That's something that we want to be cognizant of, and we want to be able to help people, as much as we can. So that's going to be the 21st of this month. We have a car show on June 4th. And then, Galen, if you want to discuss I don't know if how far you are, where you're at, if you want to talk about it or not. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but it's up to you.
No, no. So what I was going to say about that was I'm going to hold off considering the uh, the location and the venue you were allowing us to use and the capacity. I don't want to make an announcement just at this time
Okay.
because we are inviting chapters up there for that particular event, and we're limiting it to 5 per chapter, and that will put us almost at that capacity. So um, we're going to hold off on that for right now.
All right. So we
So
need to say we got
Dudley,
big
I
things
have.
coming. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Do you have how many women do you have coming through your range? More
Oh my
more
goodness.
women more than ever now, Dudley.
Let me tell you something. Women are the fastest growing segment population in the firearms community, especially women of color, but women in general are everywhere. We actually have our Maryland Arsenal women's group. They're called My Sister's Keeper. We
Yeah.
just started. We have like 20 women in our group. It's unbelievable. I'm a little bit jealous. I gotta be honest with you because I've been trying to get something with the
I
guys
bet.
and
I
just
bet.
for everybody in general, and I can't. And the women just like we're gonna do it. They did their own thing. It's been amazing. They have their own shoot nights. They have their own meetings. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's called Maryland Arsenal. It's called My Sister's Keeper. I think you should definitely check it out. There's a lot more information on our Facebook page and in social media in general. So check that out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. Because we definitely advocate for the women, of course.
Oh
and
no.
make
So let me
sure.
so let me tell you this. So I don't want me to interrupt you. So
Okay,
women 9 times out of 10 are better shooters than men. Now people always
say it
talk about
again.
when I'm telling
Say it
women.
again.
Wait,
Say
wait,
it
okay,
again.
women. Now look, women. It's just one of those things. If you have a couple coming in, especially a couple, women 9 times out of 10 are better shooters than men. I mean, women are they just want to get better. They want to be better shooters. They come in. There's no ego. They just want to shoot. We don't have any problems with women. They are some of our best customers. We love them to death. We're happy to have them, and we have tons all the time. So if you're a woman, if you need to come in, if you're looking for a place to shoot, come check us out. I promise you, we'll take good care of
That's awesome to hear. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So
you. Yeah,
you
women
should.
always love hearing that. They love when I say that.
We just recently had a competition here in Dallas where the Huey P. Newton Gun Club sponsored
Nice,
an all women's competition, and I won third place.
very
Surprise!
nice.
I
Yeah.
was really surprised, y'all. I was
Now
surprised.
you are. That's nice. Congratulations. That's
Thank
great.
you. And the other two ladies, I mean, they were off the chain, like with it, and they were running staccatos. And I was
Oh yeah.
I was using a Glock 17,
Right.
and
Okay. Nice.
we all had red dots. And I was a little slower than them. I'm a little older than everybody else, but I still got third. And one of my good friends and I, we were like 25 points. There was a 25 point, difference between the two of us. We were cheering each other on, and
Nice.
but in the end, she was like, "Oh, you beat me!" It was good, healthy competition. So much sisterly love. Everyone was cheering everyone on. We had ladies who had never done it before. We had ladies who had just started even shooting, let alone being in a competition. And the guys were all out there cheering us on and coaching and counting and RSOs, and it was an amazing time. We
That's
actually
great.
can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so
What is your weapon of choice?
For me,
Yes.
I'm a I'm I'm a staccato person myself. Actually,
I
I hate to
knew
say
it.
that.
I knew it. They are amazing, and it makes you go on the website and look. You know what I'm saying? I keep
Yeah.
looking and putting stuff in the cart and taking it out of the cart.
I tell you what, they are a brand that is if you pull that trigger, you will enjoy it. I promise you.
It
It's
is so
something.
smooth.
It is.
It is so smooth. I was like, I see why people get addicted to this.
Yeah.
One of the ladies let me, fire hers. I was like, oh, just take it back. Just get it back before I go home and buy something I can't even afford.
So you got to come if you're ever in DC in the Hagerstown area. You got to come check us out. I've been a fan of staccato back when they were STI. So I have a quite a few, a couple, more than a couple, I guess. But you should come check them out. I'll let you shoot them all. You'll really enjoy it. I promise you.
I'm sure. So tell me, what is your EDC?
Um, so I have an STI DVC carry, or I carry a 6 hour P365. It's in the X format, which has the longer magazine capacity with a shorter barrel. It's
Hmm.
one of my favorite guns, hands down. I've been carrying it for years since they first came out. I absolutely other than my STI DVC carry, which is basically the older version of C2. It's a 2011 9 millimeter. It's the exact same thing. It's a little bit different, but that's mine. That's my number one.
Yeah, my everyday carry is a Smith and Wesson SD9 VE,
Okay,
and
nice.
that's what I learned with iron sights. I wanted to get proficient in that first, and a lot of
Hmm.
people say they can't hit the broadside of a barn with it, but I'm good with it. And
and
they
that's the way
ask
you
me
should
all the
be.
time, how do you use this thing? I can't hit anything with it. I'm like, I can't. Give it to me. Let me show you.
That is a very nice gun. That is a very nice gun, and I
Yes.
and I honestly believe that people should learn to use iron sights first and foremost, because what happens if something happens to your red dot, it fails, or it
Mm,
malfunctions
Mhm.
or something. Like, you want to have those
exactly.
fundamentals to sort of back up on. Those
Yes.
fundamentals are going to help you, make sure, because what happens is, if you know that you can shoot both with iron sights and a red dot, that's confidence, right? And that confidence is what's going to allow you to be able to use your firearm proficiently and not have any problems. And that's what we try to get people to do all the
Yes.
time.
That and practicing and being proficient in dry firing. I
Yes,
dry
ma'am.
fire every day. Some
That's great.
days, every day. Every day. I make
Yeah,
myself
that.
do it every day. I have a target on,
Uh-oh. Maybe we
depends on the
lost her.
room I'm in when I'm working. I'm just
Yes.
sitting at my desk and it depends on what I'm doing. I have a target there. I have one in my bedroom because when I'm in my bedroom, I look out to the living room and I can see everything. So if someone comes in there, that's going to be where I can see them and they can't see me. So that's where I
Right.
practice.
Hmm.
You know?
I think you're making us look bad. I do not. I should. I do not drive by every day. Like I don't know, Galen, Steffanie. I don't know about you guys.
No,
But yeah,
no.
I'm gonna do better though. I'm gonna do better. It's a challenge
Well,
for
it's
all of us.
like you
We need to
said,
do better.
we have some ladies who have gone
Yes.
from beginning stage and dry firing and
Yes.
doing competitions like on a weekly basis. And that's the only way
Yeah.
you're gonna get better.
Yes.
And so that's where I want to be. I want to be proficient. Like I want to know that when I'm whatever I'm going for, I'm gonna hit it. And I'm gonna hit it where I want to hit it. No second guessing. You only
That's
get
the.
you only get one time to make a first impression, right?
That's one way of saying it. Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Yes.
Galen, I see you making a lot of uh, faces over there. So, are you a staccato person? What is your weapon of choice, Galen?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I told you where I was. How I'm a novice when it comes to owning firearms. So I have I guess I have three EDCs. I have Smith and Wesson M&P 9. I have the Glock 43X, and I have an older model Sig Sauer. It's a P220 or 250. I'm sorry,
Mm,
45.
mm,
Okay. Well, that's a variation. I have one weapon, and then a friend of mine was selling the same exact weapon, and I
Hmm.
told him I'll just buy that same weapon, so because I don't want to have to, worry about my hand placement on this
Mhm.
9mm, and on that one, on this one. So I tend to stick with the same one so that I don't have to relearn and each weapon. So that's what I think I'll do. Just end up having the same weapon all the time. But I saw Dudley, that you started a podcast to help promote your range. How is that? Has that helped to have experts to come in and talk about what they have to offer, like pooling the expertise of the people in the community to help people know more about um, your gun range?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So the podcast is one of I have to commend you guys. So we're consistent. So we're actually getting ready to start it back up again. So we have a new podcast series that we're doing. It's called Guess Who's Coming to the Gun Range. So it's sort of a take on the old. I don't want to date myself, so because there's different iterations of the movie.
yeah. Guess who's coming to
And
dinner?
so, right, but there's different versions of that, like through the years. I'll
See,
say which version I'm familiar with because it's date me. So, but it's an introduction for us of our customers and people that we know that are not your typical gun owners, right? So what I want to do is I want to sort of focus on the different people that come through that when you go to a place you wouldn't think, oh, firearms. You might have a lot of tattoos. There might be people of color. There might be foreign people. There may be younger women, older women, just the whole gamut. So we have such a diverse customer base, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
like anything else that I've ever seen before. And I really just wanted to highlight that and do that. And it has absolutely been a great, um, a great marketing tool for the general as well. That Guess Who's Coming to the Range is going to be amazing again. That kind of helps, because like I said before, one of the things that I'm really passionate about is helping sort of, make people understand that if firearms and we're going to be able to shoot, past our generation, keep going, we need to be welcoming to all people races, colors, creeds, everybody comfortable and need to know that that they can shoot. And so, Smyrna Arsenal is a place like that where we are big advocates of anyone who wants to learn or wants to have a place to shoot, a safe environment where they can get good knowledge. They can come and check us out.
And at your range, do you have where you can rent different firearms to
Yes, ma'am. So
practice with?
yeah, we do. We have all sorts of firearms that you can use. We have anything from your basic Glocks, your high points, all the way up to some high end stuff. We have
Did you say
shotguns,
high point?
rifles. Yes,
Did
ma'am,
you
high
say high
points.
point?
You know what? Some people, I did say high point. Yes, ma'am. Some
Yeah.
people are
What they gonna do? Throw it at them?
hey, that is all. That is also an option as well. If they run out of ammunition, you can use it as a as a blunt instrument.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You come in, I'll let you shoot my staccatos or
Oh,
so we have a couple of shotguns that we keep kind of special behind kind of things for customers or our regulars that we let them shoot as well. And
Okay.
now we're getting ready to start a full auto program where we're getting I'm getting a couple of firearms turned into full autos, so customers will be able to come in and rent those. That's kind of the rage. Everybody wants to be able to experience that. We have suppressors. So basically, anything that you want, any kind of experience that you want to get, any kind of knowledge you need, we're the place for you to come do it.
And it's an indoor range, correct? Not outdoor. He's
Thank you.
frozen. It's an
yes, it's
indoor
an
range.
indoor. It's
Okay.
indoor.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so you have a website. You got the Facebook page. Is there a way for people to contact you, Dudley, or the range if they want to schedule time or an event? What's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way is probably our Facebook, Maryland Arsenal Inc. Just Maryland Arsenal Inc. Or if you go to any of our social media, it's Maryland Arsenal with the underscore at the end, and that'll pretty much take you to any of our social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So anything that you would, any way you want to reach us, you can reach out to that. You can also reach us by phone, 240-707-6380, 240-707-6380. So you can reach us there as well. And we're happy to help you guys in any way we can.
All right. So, Galen and Dudley, is there anything else you want to add that we didn't ask about? Any yeah, anything, Galen? Because I know you were working on some things, and it seems like it is working for you in that you were looking to build uh, um members in the area. And so once you build the membership, then you want to have a place for them to go train. And so you and Dudley are, partnering in making that happen.
No doubt, no doubt. I think the last time we spoke, I gave you a preliminary of where I was at that time. And I'm more than happy to announce that right now we have 5 to 6 chapters that we started here in Maryland, from as far west as Washington County all the way to the Eastern Shore, with the potential of 6 or 7 total chapters coming on board.
Oh, that's awesome. You've been working, huh?
Outstanding.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's showing here too. I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Well,
A
we
lot of
That's
work.
awesome.
It's a lot
that's
of work, but the people are excited about it, and that's what I guess that's what makes it more fulfilling. Because again, even my own chapter here in Prince George's County, um, people are joining almost, I would say, every other day now.
Oh,
Um,
awesome.
Nice.
So
just
once you get the
because,
word out there, then you see the demand.
well, the word is out there, but it's in pockets. So
Mhm.
once people know that there is a gun club in their area, oh, really? Well, I want to join today.
Yes.
So people are signing up, And in fact, I was just reading the text. Somebody said, "I'm joining tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay, great."
That's awesome.
So yeah,
That's
it is a matter of getting that word out there. So I think both Dudley and I are both doing the same on
Yes.
that in that regard.
You guys keep us posted on any events you have upcoming, and
Definitely.
we might make a special trip to come up to see you guys and
Oh,
come and
nice.
shoot your range and show you how to use that SD9. And
That,
Well, okay.
sounds good to me. I'm always
now
willing to
that
learn.
high point, we're gonna have to go and leave that one sitting where it's at.
I'm always willing to learn. I'll learn. You know, you can teach me. That'll be great. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Any
you
other
let
help
me
I can
shoot
get.
yours, and I'll let you shoot mine. How about that?
Yes, definitely 100%.
All right, thanks guys. We appreciate you being here. So we'll keep you on our roster. So the next time we want some experts, we'll come straight to y'all. How about that?
Thank you very
Okay.
much for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks for
continue
the
to do
compliment
this,
and thanks for the
guys.
Yeah.
invite.
Thank you. Have a good
See you
one.
guys later. Nice meeting you
All
guys. See
right.
you later.
You too.
Galen, I'll talk to you soon. All right.
We will. Talk to
Bye.
you then.
Bye, guys.
All right, Phyllis. So that was great to know that they are doing some uh, collaborations
Hmm.
and
He's grown the
building.
membership quite a bit since we last talked.
Oh yeah, definitely 5 or 6 new chapters. So that's at least what 5 or 10 people per chapter. Let's say being
Hmm.
conservative. So that is great. And as a
Now
matter of
they have a
fact,
place to go to do it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, that is black owned as well.
And an hour and a half, let's say 2 hours at the most. It's not, especially if he has the, which I failed to ask, if he has the land around him. It could be an indoor outdoor range where he might be able to expand. But I'm glad that he was able to find a location that met
Hmm.
his needs for a business that he already wanted to do. So
Yes.
that's
Now
great.
that's incredible to find a facility that was already there and had been, because that is the hardest part,
Thing to
because
do.
that is my
Correct.
dream to have my own gun range, and that is the hardest part, is finding a location that is zoned for it. That is
Exactly.
the most remember when we had coated arms on, and he
Uh-huh.
was saying that was his biggest dilemma, was finding a location that could be approved because of all the zoning laws and rules. It's difficult.
Correct.
It's
That
very
that's
difficult. And if I don't know any around in the area that have opened and closed. Not in Texas. They wouldn't dare.
right. Right. You would just have to, and then that's why I was just wondering if it was a family business that he took over. But he said,
Mhm.
he bought it because
It
it's
had
like
been
you said, it's
closed
hard
down.
to find that, and so it would have been something that somebody already started, and you take it over and go from there. But I'm glad to know that the next time I make a trip to Maryland, I will have to make time to go to break bread with Galen and Dudley.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yes,
It's so
yes.
cool to know that we got people everywhere, all over this world, in the fight. And you just never know, because I've heard of Hagerstown. Of course, I've never been there. And maybe even if it's a little out of the way, um, people will still go. To get the services that they need. Like say make a day trip out of it.
Right, and I'm pretty sure because I used to live in Maryland like 14 years, about 15 years ago. I'm dating myself, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Hagerstown is towards the border of Maryland. So you'd be going like northeast towards Jersey, maybe. I can't remember, but at any rate, I think Hagerstown is like near the border, so he could grab people from other states around
Hmm.
Hagerstown, including Maryland and DC. So that's great to know. And as a matter of fact, uh, uh, Philip Smith, who is the national president of NAGA, is in San Antonio tonight and doing. They are trying to welcome some new chapter members in San
Mhm.
Antonio at a venue, and they'll be in the Dallas Fort Worth area tomorrow, the 13th and the 14th,
Mhm.
actually. So if you are in the Dallas Fort Worth area and you're interested in meeting Philip Smith, the national president of NAGA, be sure and inbox me or hit us up on Facebook, our Facebook page, Second Amendment Sis, and I'll reach out to you and give you some information about where you can meet Phil Smith and the new members of the NAGA chapters that are starting in this area. So I think he's doing like a tour of places that he feels like feels like are integral in the development of NAGA.
Yeah,
So
and building chapters in large cities where the people are there. He just needs to get the chapters going.
correct, correct.
Yes.
So that's what's up with that. We're not making a major announcement about where it is and letting anybody and everybody show up. No,
No, no, no.
let us know who you are and what you're about, and then we will send you that information.
Well,
So,
we got coming up here in June. We have the Our Tribe Shot Expo coming up June the 25th and 26th. So everybody be making plans to attend that. We're going to
yeah,
have lots of things going on. We have vendors, we have training classes, we have food trucks. We'll have a booth set up for people who want to reserve time to even shoot their podcast. We have a lot going on with that, and if you're interested, just shoot us a message on Second Amendment Sis or under the People's Arms and Outdoors or Stephanie Rivers, either one of us. Or you can even go straight to the Our Tribe Facebook page and join our tribe and keep up with what we got going on. It's gonna be really fun. Last year was a blast. This year we're gonna blow it out.
I was
It's gonna
trying to
be
pull up
in
the
Frisco, Texas, at the Frisco Gun Club, June 25th and 26th. And
I,
so we're really looking forward to it. Really excited about that this year. We
yes,
will
as a matter of
also
fact, we're gonna do our podcast live from there as
yes,
well. So
yes.
and we'll be having some interviews with some of these celebrity guests and just the people who are coming out sharing the information. So
Hmm.
it won't be at this time of the evening, but we'll tell you what time you can look to catch us live. So if you're in the area or you know anybody who's in the area, you can send them out because we'll be there that weekend. It's
Yes,
the
we will.
17th, right?
No, it's June the 25th and 26th.
June 25th, 26th. Okay. So
For
I'm
the
thinking of
Yeah, the Juneteenth is Natchez, Mississippi for the Devil's Punch Bowl.
yes,
We're
yes.
going to commemorate the ancestors in Natchez, Mississippi, the Juneteenth weekend. So we have a lot going on for the month of June, and we appreciate your attendance and your support. If it's something you want to be a part of, just shoot us a message or follow us on Facebook, and you can see all the media that has been posted, and we're just going to enjoy the journey.
Amen, sister. We're gonna be there.
Gonna be there.
All right, Phyllis. So thanks for being here, and we thank you as well, our supporters, for being with us. So we're going to repost this interview on our Facebook page, and if you have special knowledge or a special story to tell about your 2A experience, and you want to be a guest, or you know anyone who would make a good guest, be sure to let us know, because we're always looking to share the stories of people who look like us with
Indeed.
people.
And you don't have to be a celebrity, just common everyday people who are, on a journey, starting the journey, interested in starting, whatever it is. You may not think your story is that interesting, but it could be something very dynamic for other people to hear. So it's always good to share the experience, the knowledge, because we can learn and teach each other so much.
Amen. All righty, so we will see you next time. Maybe next week we'll have another um, episode of what would you do. I'll look up some videos of things that happen to people, and so we can start building our situational awareness. Um,
Yes.
that's something that we all need to. And I know now, girl, when I walk around the park and I'm carrying and I'm looking around, I know everybody like, why she keep looking around every few minutes? But you gotta be aware. I don't want nobody,
you
jump out on me or nothing.
You have to. I look around when I'm in the car before I pull out of my garage, when I pull in, because someone can come into your space before you can even stop to think about it. They're in your space, and there's
Mm-hmm.
not much you can do with reaction time. So being aware of what's going on and who's in your space is very important, because as this economy gets worse, people get more and more desperate. And so people are doing things that maybe they wouldn't necessarily do out of desperation. And then you find yourself having to defend yourself from someone who is in a desperate situation. And you may not even have anything for them to take or get, other than your life, but you definitely don't want them to get that. you know so
Amen.
I say everybody be, stay safe, stay aware, stay ready,
Amen. So
train or die. I say, I say that to myself every day. Stay ready and train or die, because that
mm,
it is what it is.
it is what it is. All
Yes.
right. So until next time, we will leave you with our opener slash closer, and I'll see you next time,
All
Phyllis.
right. See you next time. Stay safe.
You too.